Welcome to Not a Car Girl. If you're new here, I do car reviews even though I am not a car person. I don't know anything about them, but I have been reviewing cars for like a year, so I'm learning as I go. Today's really exciting because we're doing a press car review, and anytime I get a press car, I'm literally on top of the world for the entire week. I feel like no one can stop me. We're reviewing the Silverado EV, the 2024, not the 2025, so there are some slight changes for 2025, but this is still really exciting. It's only my 5th press car ever, so I've done, first one was a Blazer EV, and then I got Equinox EV, a Silverado, and I recently did the Buick Enclave, and now I'm on to the Silverado EV. Full circle here. I loved the gas Silverado, so let's see how the electric one compares. We're unfortunately in a race against time because the sun is setting and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I hate it. Excuse me. I hate it. Still give you guys a solid tour. Fast facts about the Silverado EV. It weighs almost 9,000 pounds. I know that's literally insane. I drive a Honda CR-V if you're new here, so I'm actually not sure what that weighs, but I would have to guess it's like a third of this truck because, I don't know, the battery I guess weighs a lot, and that's what is weighing this thing down. Crazy thing is, if you're driving this around, you would never think it's that heavy. Genuinely, this has not been slow at all if you're actually driving it. It's got 754 horsepower, so I guess that like makes up to carry the weight, but like it's not slow at all. I'm surprised to even learn it weighs that much. It has a special mode in it that will give you like all of the electric power. It's absolutely decked out with all the technology you could ever want. One thing I will say, like driving experience wise, it doesn't drive trucky, so like if you don't want if you want that truck experience, and I don't even know what it really is, but I've been driving a different truck, an F-150, for the last month. That drives way different than this. Like this drives just like an SUV. Like it's very smooth. You don't feel the bumps or smooth ride. So it just feels like an SUV that has a pickup bed on it. I don't know how they accomplish that. Don't ask me. It's either a pro or a con depending on like what you're looking for. The price on the one I'm showing you right now is $96,000. It's the RST model. She's fancy. Interior tour, this thing is so fancy. It's got leather wrap steering wheel with a heater on it. Literally will start burning. Like I can't keep it on the whole time I drive. I just keep it on when I first turn the car on, and then I'm like, holy cow, I need to turn that off. It does have Super Cruise on it, so when you're actually driving, if you turn on Super Cruise, this will light up green, red, or blue, depending on if it's ready for you to go hands-free from the wheel. I have used Super Cruise once. I haven't tried it in the truck yet, but I used it on the Equinox EV. Very helpful until the painted lines go away because they're doing work on 95. So you have to be ready to grab the wheel back if your hands happen to be off. Super useful just to give like your brain a break. I don't know if you can see it, but it does have a heads-up display up there. It's been on kind of a low setting for me and I haven't tried to move it up, but I'm sure it's adjustable. You got a huge moonroof, all glass, and then your backseat view looks like that. The headrests block it like a little bit. Honestly, I have never thought that it was an issue the whole time I've been driving. I just checked the mirror and it does have a digital mirror if you do like those. What you have to do is look at this and bam. Then you get the view without actually seeing the headrest shadows. Don't love using the cameras personally. Like it just weirds me out to use those, so I don't. On the RST, we get a lot of little red accents, so it's spelled out in your steering wheel. You get red stitching, and then your vents actually have red accents as well, including the middle ones, of course. Seats are super comfortable. They're heating and cooling, so those are gorgeous, and they come with these red and blue accents on the side. Very American move by Chevy. True Rado form. We have to keep Rado badging, so Silverado's written out first edition. You get the red and blue stitching here as well. Your driver's view is definitely a big hit. Like it's obviously got your speedometer, how much charge you've got left, which I really need to charge this thing, unfortunately. And it will tell you when you're regenerative braking, like right here, it will go below that. Definitely a little more impressive though is this screen to the right of the driver. It's 17.7 inches big. There was a part of me the first time I got in the car that I was like, that's too big for me. Like that is just too much light in my face at night. But it's fairly dim, and I guess blue light is supposed to like help you stay awake, so like maybe it's a good thing. I go back and forth on it. I'm like, maybe we went too far with this. I think a lot of people would like that size. Your first page looks like this, so you can adjust your setting. What I personally reach for the most often is the camera button, which is over here. I do wish it was slightly closer, and I'm wondering if you can actually favorite things a little far when you're actually driving to reach. Cameras on the Rado are absolutely insane. They have to be if you're like not used to driving a truck, so you get every little angle that you could possibly want. You can even see right into your truck bed if you need to keep an eye on your cargo. First, I was shocked that this truck like has 0 drive modes, but there is a special mode. Look what happens. And listen, actually. Okay, so you go into drive modes and there's only normal and off-road. And then I was like, what is that button? And listen, get your ears ready. Was that not literally terrifying? I don't know what mode that is. It's Batman mode to me. When you're actually driving in that mode, I guess it uses all of the power output and it changes the sound. So it sounds more aggressive like that. Like, one thing this truck is missing is ambient lighting, because I love being able to customize like the mood that's happening in my car. You can't do that in this one. As Google built it and everything, it's got its own Wi-Fi hotspot, Alexa, trailering. You don't need me to run you through those, but what I could not find, unfortunately, is Apple CarPlay. No Apple CarPlay, but you can do Bluetooth. It was weird, like when I connected my phone to the Bluetooth, it said, do you want to have messages appear on the screen? It was either appear or read out loud. I can't remember because I said no, which is very similar to Apple CarPlay. They're getting close. If you ever find yourself renting a Chevy EV and you're in a pickle and you're like, how do I turn this off? Your first option is going to be just leave the car and lock it. Like, you literally don't do anything. You put it in park, you get out and just lock it. The gripe that I have with that is every time you get out of the car, if the key is still in the car, it will beep at you. It's like three, like quick, like, but it's not quiet. That would be fine. Like, that might be a good reminder, except for the fact it does that when someone gets out of the passenger side as well. Like, I was pulled over and my sister got out of the car to go get coffee, and the car was still on because I was just staying in the car, so it was like running the heat and everything. She gets out on the passenger side and it's like doo doo doo. I'm like, you actually don't need to beep. Like, you should be able to feel weight wise that I am in the driver's seat still. Like, someone is still in the vehicle. That's weird to me. Key thing's a little annoying, I'll be honest. One great thing about this, and my boyfriend was like, what is Remote Start even for an EV? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it gets the heat going for you. So I've been using Remote Start every time because I go to the gym early, dark out. It's literally freezing when I go outside. What to do is click the lock on the key and then click Remote Start twice. And when you get in the car, like, your seat heater's on, your steering wheel heater's on, the fans are blowing. It's a great experience. If you do want to be 100% sure though that you've turned your car off, there's this little car symbol hidden, tucked away on the left side of the screen here, and you can do vehicle off that way. Let's do a little storage tour because there's a lot of like sneaky compartments in this truck. It's great. We need places to put our things. We'll start off on the driver's side. And you have 2 bottle holders and 1 big pocket. There's actually a 3rd bottle holder, but don't mind my trash. So on the driver's side, this doesn't cut all the way through, but there's a little pocket here for like a laptop or an iPad. Center console storage is pretty big. It's just to lift up. It doesn't have a button. There's a pretty big pocket to put whatever you need in there. 2 cup holders back here, 2 cup holders up here. It's a huge pocket, literally the size of my palm. Can't really be used as a pocket because it's wireless charging, so I don't think you're supposed to put anything else on there. Also 2 C-plugs tucked back there. Last stop of the tour is on the passenger side. There's a little extra cubby here. All right, we're braving the cold to show you the exterior. Bad time to judge it because it's winter here, so like everything is showing up on the side of the truck. But front of the Silverado EV is absolutely gorgeous. It has the LED light bar that goes the entire way. Still has a grill. Chevy symbol will actually light up at night. I don't know why it's not doing that right now. Side profile is not my favorite, just compared to like the gas Silverado. I prefer that. It's like a little more curved in areas, like the trunk is more curved. This has 24-inch wheels, which my boyfriend said is absolutely monstrous. Small tires, but monster size wheels. And they're in like a flower pattern. Backside's pretty good looking. It's got a decent sized trunk. It's 5 foot 11 inches on the 2024, but you can actually slice your Midgate down and put things through all the way through to your cabin. I am gonna make one attempt to do that because it's supposed to be easy to do, but I don't know if I believe that, like for the average user, so I am gonna test it. It has a button that makes it super easy to open up your truck bed. I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's start with the seats. Let's start with step 1. Next step should be folding the headrest. How do you do all of this? We're getting somewhere. We're burning daylight, so I'm just gonna try. You're supposed to unhinge the glass and slide it into here. We're on like step 3 now, and I honestly feel like I'm being a little dramatic. That wasn't that bad. Like, the glass is a little heavy, but it's actually pretty user-friendly. Once you slide the glass into here like I did, this thing will just lock into place, holding it back, and then it looks like you're also supposed to slide these out, which I'm struggling to do. Now what we have to do is open this, I believe. I'm hoping it doesn't like fall really hard on my arm. I hear it unlocking, but it's not moving. Oh my god. It's happening, guys. Oh shit. Alright, make sure your seatbelts are out of the way. Now this part is heavy. Shit. Alright, we did it. I can already tell it's gonna suck to put back, because like on the way down everything's falling, but on the way up you gotta use some arm muscles. You have the Midgate open, it looks like you get an extra like 4 or 5 feet of room. Let's go in. Honestly, this could be absolutely fire for like truck camping or whatever. Add some sleeping bags in here and it would be so cozy. So much room. Hope you guys absolutely love the Silverado EV review and let me know what I should review next.